This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks the third tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle, sweeps down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in post, and it's good. Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell, intercepted! The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption! Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown! No greater redemption!
The San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from the Nothing But Niners crew. Guys, I am here to bring you guys a recap. I got a long drive home. Now, obviously, I do not expect you guys to be on with me this entire show. This entire drive home. I have a 9-hour plus drive home. All right, so it's going to be a long night for me, but I'm going to try to do this thing solo. I haven't heard from anybody else, and I can't keep waiting. Yes, I am driving. It's going to be me and my giant Rice Krispie treat. All right, this is going to be my my snack for the 9-hour ride home. All right, let me get this bad boy open. You know, after a nice victory, normally we like to take a victory shot. I can't do that because I'm driving. Alcohol and driving do not mix, so I gotta have a nice Rice Krispie treat. All right. Oh wait, hold on. Where's the bottom of this? Hold on. Hold on. Let me get a bite of that. What is happening right now? Are you throwing up? For real? Bang Bang Niner Gang, Quest for 6. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, this is rough. Please don't throw up in the car door.
No, I'm missing the door.
And make sure it goes outside, right?
Yeah.
Not in the car. All right, guys. So the Niners go into Carolina, and they get the dub. I am eating the biggest Rice Krispie treat I've ever seen in my life. All right. We got some things to talk about. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm not going to beat around the bush. All right. The 49ers won this game against the Panthers, but it was a costly win. All right. Here's a message from Ian Rappaport. He says, a win for the 49ers, but a costly one. Per coach Kyle Shanahan, cornerback Emmanuel Mosley is feared to have torn his ACL. DB Jimmy Ward broke his hand, and Nick Bosa has a tight groin. And kicker Robbie Gould likely has a knee. What'd you say? Likely has a knee contusion. All right. There's a lot wrong with this entire message. The Niners losing Emmanuel Mosley and Jimmy Ward in the same game is a problem. That is a big, big, big problem. Jimmy Ward just got here. Like, Jimmy Ward legitimately just came back. This is so good.
What is it?
It is the biggest Rice Krispie treat I've ever had in my life.
I hate Rice Krispies.
That's great. Oh my God. So, sorry guys. I don't like to eat and talk at the same time. But Jimmy Ward breaks a hand. Are you still going?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Ward breaks a hand. Nick Bosa has a groin. And Tony is going to be jumping in here. Tony, man, these injuries are significant. What are your takeaways from the injuries for the 49ers game?
They're very significant, and the league needs to get rid of these garbage-ass fields because it's taking a toll on players.
Well, we got a broken hand. We have a broken hand. We got an ACL. We have a groin. And we have a knee. How many of these injuries do you think are related to the turf?
Definitely think the knee is. The way it got caught, and you see it like popped real quick. I don't know. I don't know what play he got hurt with his groin.
How we lose Tony? Is he driving too?
Fucking Siri,
hello?
Shut up. I'm here.
There you are. We lost you for a minute.
Yeah, so I definitely think the ACL has something to do with that turf, but I don't know how Bosa got injured on what play or anything like that, so I can't really tie it to that. But it's scary. I would definitely sit Bosa next week, without a doubt. Let these guys rush. I think they did pretty well, the defensive line in total. It sucks, man. It's the same shit every year with the injuries. Every damn year, it's always something. And it's really like it gets to you as a fan that you constantly have to worry about injuries every damn year.
Yeah. What quarter did we lose Nick Bosa?
I was going to say the second.
It was before halftime?
Yeah.
They do such a good job of rotating him. I didn't even notice he was hurt.
Well, that's when Breezy said that in the text. I was like, Wayne, they rotate a lot. And then, like, it was 3rd and 10, and I noticed he wasn't on the field. I was like, something's not right here. And then that's when they came out with the report.
That's very concerning, man. That is very concerning. Jaguayo has a super chat here. He says, Tony, can you read that? I thought Shanahan called a great game, and the offense and Jimmy Garoppolo played a clean game. I was surprised how good Coleman looked, but the D was great. Do you agree with everything said here?
Yeah, I do. I mean, listen, I think the offense looked a lot different. I think it was more spread out. I think there was more different looks and formations rather than the constant shotgun run right, shotgun run left. I mean, I think they really came upon something with that inside gap zone that they run. I think Kyle had a great game, and I think Jimmy had I'm not going to say great, because he did leave a lot of opportunities and points on the field. But I thought the offense looked good. I think that was their best performance all year, in my opinion, in production and, and punching it in. I think I keep saying Jonas. Jawan Jennings played well, and you see why he's the third wide receiver. He gets the ball and he just runs people over and picks up the first down. And that's something that a team like this likes and needs, in my opinion, if they're going to go with Jimmy Garoppolo as the quarterback, to get the ball out quick and let him run with the ball in his hands.
Our highest point total of the year for sure. But you weren't disappointed with some of the turnovers and the penalties that we had on offense?
Well, the turnovers are, I mean, they're prone to it, right? I mean, you have Kittle. I saw it quick. I was watching the ticket on my phone, so I couldn't rewind it. But it looked like he went to, like, when he got hit and he went to reach the ball out and it popped. I mean, it sucks that he had a turnover, yeah. But then, listen, like I said, Jimmy did leave a lot on the field, but Jimmy also could have thrown 2 interceptions. But that's Jimmy, so, like, we expect that, we know that, and we're used to that. And it's not new to us. But in his total performance, I think he played well within the structure of the offense.
That's not bad. I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that assessment at all. All right, so the game comes and goes. We lose a lot of players. Of the injuries and the people who may not play next week, who is the most significant in your opinion?
Well, anytime you lose your best pass rusher, it's a significant loss. We don't know how long it is. We don't know the severity of it. I mean, he was moving around pretty well on the field. I'm just looking on the sideline on my phone, but it's, that's a major blow. And I think the second one would be Mosley, followed by Jimmy Ward. But I mean, Jimmy Ward played 3 snaps and he went right back out and he's hurt. So he's probably going to be now. My thing with him is if he goes back on the IR, he can't come off.
No, they said you can do it twice.
You can do it twice? Because I thought you could.
Yeah. Now, when I say they said you could do it twice, I don't know if that meant he can go on IR and come off twice, or he can go on the short-term 4-week thing, and then if you need more time, put him on 4 more weeks. I don't know what they meant by twice, but I do know that twice was mentioned in the definition of all of this. But Tony, why the fuck was he in there in the first? See, like, this is going to be revisionist history and all that. This is going to be, like, oh, well, you're saying that now with hindsight. But did we need Jimmy Ward this game? Like, honestly, were the Panthers a downfield threat? Was our secondary, were our safeties playing terrible that we felt like we needed to hurry up and get him back out there? Like,
no, by all means, no. But they have a window. And if you open that window, you have X amount of time to get him back up and active. So now you're playing with a clock. I don't know the definite time frame once they bring him up.
It's 3 weeks.
You're on the clock now. So he had to get on the
when
field
you bring a
eventually.
player up when you open up a player's practice window from IR, it's 3 weeks.
Okay, so this was week 1, and he had 2 other weeks. So, I mean, if you want to make that transition, I would say if he's ready, you start week 1. Obviously, he didn't take over as the starter. They put him in situational packages, and he got hurt. So that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same injury. It's something new. And it just sucks. And I think Kyle has to address something with this training staff because I don't know why every year in and year out, it's injury after injury after injury. I mean, look at your injury list right now. Do you see all the players on that injury list?
I do. Trust me, I do. I really, really do. And I honestly, you're going to think I'm crazy. I think losing Emmanuel Mosley might be a bigger loss to this defense than losing Nick Bosa. Right? I know how crazy that sounds, but I know how crazy that sounds. I swear to God, I do. But I think that we the reason we're successful is because teams can't throw to the outside. The middle of the field, they're afraid. We got too much speed between the safeties and you're throwing up again? We got too much speed between the safeties and the linebackers for teams to throw the ball in the middle of the field on us. So the outside is the one place that we're vulnerable. I know a lot of people are going to say that Jason Verrett is better than Emmanuel Mosley, but we don't know if Jason Verrett is better coming off of an injury as significant as it is.
I was actually going to say that to you, but the thing is, why I think Bosa is so much more imperative, a bigger of a loss is because if you notice, once Bosa went off, they blitzed more. So now by blitzing, you're sending an additional rusher other than the four that you're known for creating pressure with. And it gives you the opportunity to play so versatile on the back end. So that's why I think Bosa's a bigger loss. I mean, listen, it's not a knock against Mosey. Mosey's a phenomenal corner. But when you have that type of pass rush with Bosa on the field, it helps your corners and your safeties. So now you're really going to see, is Mosey, and I'm not saying he's not. I think Mosey's a phenomenal corner. I think he's improved year in and year out with this team. But how much is it tied into the pass rush? That's what we need to. That's what we're going to look at next week coming up.
Can you read that super chat here? And I agree with a lot of what you said there. So I'm nervous. I am nervous. I'm very nervous.
Did a great job. First quarter, he threw a dime to Kittle with pressure, shaking my head. We kill him for bad games. Led praise. Yeah, I agree. And I said it right off the bat. I thought Jimmy played a solid game. He did leave a lot on the field, and he did throw two of those passes where you're just like, holy shit, what is he thinking? But that's Jimmy Garoppolo. That's what we're used to.
Oh, wait. So my view of this game from being there versus what you guys saw on TV, you guys thought Jimmy looked solid today.
On the side view, yeah. I'm going off of what I saw on my phone.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I get that. All right. So I saw some plays from Jimmy where I was like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you doing what you did? He took an unnecessary sack in this game. I didn't have a lot to complain about considering who Jimmy is and how he normally plays. So let me be very clear here. I was happy with what we did overall. But there were some points in this game where I was like, dude, like you can absolutely do better. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like he was a world beater by any stretch of the imagination. I think that Jimmy is just who he is. We have to accept it. We just gotta move on. It's not something that you think we can drive now. I don't know if it's anything that we can get over. I don't know if it's anything that's going to get better or significantly worse. It's just Jimmy, and it's a matter of, can the Niners play with 2 touchdowns and 1 turnover from the quarterback? Can we win games that way? Another game where the defense scores. Another game where the total output by the offense looks inflated because of the defense. And is that the formula going forward? Because the defense has to score every game to put a team away. Like is the defense the demoralizing factor of this all?
All right, so what was the final score of the game?
36, 37. Yeah, I think 37.
So if you take the pick six away, you're at 30. I think that's good enough for the offense if they could play at that level. And let's be honest, I think their defense. I think Carolina's defense is a very underrated defense. I think they have phenomenal pressure up the edges. I think Joe Horn is going to be a phenomenal corner. They were without their top 2 safeties. I thought that, they were flying around the ball. They were causing a little havoc with their disguised blitzing. I thought they looked decent. It's not like
this is the second
trash team.
This is the second best defense we've played so far this year.
Yeah,
I agree with
for the offense to put up 30 points, I don't see an issue with this game at all.
All right, I have to start driving. I know he's throwing up, but I can't keep sitting here. Like, we got to get back on the road now. Just please, for the love of God, don't throw up in my car. All right, Tony. Sorry about that, buddy. So, I gotta make a left. Sorry. There's another super chat here. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sorry, guys. I am trying to do this while driving. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me. Can you still hear me, Tony?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. All right. The next super chat is... I'm going to miss one, and I know it. I'm sorry, guys. All right. What's that one say, Tony?
Mazdrowa. We had a starter at every main level go down this year. It's not even week 9 yet. E-Man is bad. I mean, the injury is bad, or I don't think the play is bad. I think he played pretty well. I mean, he's right. And I'm going to say something, first of all, thank you for the contribution. But I'll tell you what, I like the way this defensive line plays with Ridgeway and Givens in there. I think they could go forward with this line, with Spence rotating in, with Hyder rotating in. Because let's face it, Kinlaw's knee is Kinlaw's knee. If he's generating that much fluid at week 4, week 5, he's got a problem with that knee. It's going to be an ongoing issue all season. Armstead with the plantar fasciitis, now he's got another injury to the opposite foot. He could be potentially put on short-term IR. It's amazing with the names that are on our injury list and how this team just keeps performing better and better by the week. I mean, Trent Williams went down, in comes Colt McKivitz. Colt McKivitz sprains his knee, in comes Jalen Moore. I thought Jalen Moore had an up-and-down game. I seen a lot of positive with Jalen Moore, but then they figured out to attack his inside shoulder and doing a hard inside rush, and he struggles. But overall, I think he did great in the run game, sealing off the edge, getting to the second level, cutting off the backside linebacker. I thought he did okay. So my point being is they just keep plugging players in, and they can continue to have success. And that's credit to the front office, John Lynch, Adam Peters, and their scouting department for pro and college personnel players.
All right. I like that. All right, let me sit low.
Just think of this, though. Look at the position that they're in. I know he's coming off an ACL injury, but you literally have Jason Verrett coming out the bullpen right now. Not a lot of teams have that.
What? Say that again?
I said you literally have Jason Verrett coming out the bullpen right now. And not a lot of teams have that.
Is Jason Verrett ready, though? That's my concern. It's not about the names. It's not about the depth behind them. I trust Ambry Thomas coming in. I trust Diamondre Lenore having to move back outside. I trust Jason Verrett coming off the bench. But the thing is, of those names, the one that I have the most question about right now is Jason Verrett. How ready is he? Is he sincerely ready? Now, I will say this. During preseason, I know that Jason said he felt like he was ready. The Niners said, we're just going to be cautious. We're going to play this thing by ear. You're not coming in for another 4 weeks. So it's all been extra preparation. I'm worried about the speed of the game and the ability to go out here and rope guys back and forth. That's what I'm worried about. Not his body, it's the speed. Am I looking into it too much?
I mean, no, but no and yes, right? They didn't rush him back. And they didn't rush him back because they had what they had. They're spoiled in what they have in front of them. So he didn't have to be rushed back. But just one one quick observation. The first guy off the bench for the outside, the first guy off the bench was Lenore went outside, Womack went inside. It wasn't Ambry Thomas. So I found that really interesting. Ambry Thomas came in when they had the lead, and then Travarius Ward went to the bench, to sit him. But I thought that was very interesting that it was Lenore and Womack.
I think they want to give Lenore more reps.
Yeah, so Thomas is not going to even see the field if Verrett comes back. You know what I'm saying? Thomas is buried.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Can you read the super chat that's on the screen right now?
I can't see that. Walter Galvitz. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but I can't see on my phone. Thank you for the $5 contribution. Loved how they've been getting Juice involved. I don't like how much pressure the O-line has given up. Yes, the first part of the question, yes, they're definitely getting Juice more involved. I like it too. And you're starting to see Kyle slowly but surely open the offense. And as far as alignment shifts, motions, personnel grouping. I mean, you saw him move the pocket today a lot, rolling right, rolling left with Jimmy. Fake the toss to the right, roll to the left. You saw that a lot with Jimmy today. And as far as the offensive line, there's a lot of positives from the offensive line, but there's some, like, brain farts, if you will, or mishaps, mental mistakes.
Did you see Jalen Moore look bad today?
I thought Jalen Moore looked bad maybe on 5 plays.
5? That many, huh?
I think 4 or 5. Again, it was from the side view, so it's hard to see.
No, I'm not.
But
I couldn't tell it all the whole time, so I couldn't tell. I literally had to watch the TV copy to see better. So I'm not disagreeing with anything you're about to say.
you're starting to go in and out.
I'm saying, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're choppy, but go ahead.
Hold on. Can you hear me now, Tony?
Now, yeah.
It's not going to last long, but what I was saying was I don't disagree with you. I have to see the TV copy to see how well the offensive line played. From the stadium and where we are, you only see one side of the offensive line, whichever side is closest to you. We were damn near at the 50-yard line, you know what I mean? And we were low, so I didn't have an all 22 view. So I could only see the offensive line closest to me. So I have no idea how Moore looked overall. I wasn't trying to disagree with you or even agree. Like, I just don't know. I wanted to know what you thought of what you saw from today. Like
the clips, the live feed that I saw, I thought he came out the gate strong, and then Burns hit him with like an outside-inside rush, and he beat him. And he beat him pretty good because, Burns is a phenomenal edge guy. He's got a lot of speed. So when he set up his kick slide to get out to protect the edge, Burns came right inside on him, and he just couldn't – he had no answer for him. Yeah. And I think he sacked him on that play or hit Jimmy on that play. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But
Tony, is there a way – are you able to pull up the stats from today's game? Because I want to tell you what it felt like, and then I want to know how far off I was.
I could try from my phone. I'm on my phone right now because my computer.
Okay. All right. Well, no. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Because I'm on my phone also. I'm driving. I can't pull any of this stuff up. Like I said, I got a long ass 9-hour drive ahead of me. I can't look anything up. I'm not going to chance. All right. Walter, thank you for the super chat. Let me see if I can find the other ones that were in here without killing myself. Right? Swear to God, there was another one. Do you see one after Walters? Oh, wait. I think I found one.
Jaguayo?
All right. Can you read that one? Did I skip one?
I got Jaguayo is the latest.
What time was Jaguayo's? Oh, never mind. I can't see times on my phone.
Yeah, you can't see times, but he said.
Wait, is Jaguayo the latest, or is he the one after Walter?
I'm guessing he's after Moss.
Oh yeah, so we haven't read Moss. All right, so read this one that's on the screen if you can, please.
Let's switch it.
We're both on our phone, everybody. So you guys gotta be patient with us.
Amen injury is what might be bad, not his play. Oh, okay. Yeah, so his injury is bad, not his play. Yeah, I kind of figured that's where you were going at because I think he's been playing solid this year. I really do. And it's a shame. He had a great play with the pick 6 return. It just sucks, man. It's off topic. I was watching the Jet game today versus the Dolphins. There was a scene right near the goal line on that field that was horrendous. and they just let these guys play on it.
Which team was on offense? I bet it was the Jets on offense.
I don't remember. But there's a seam right by the goal line. Like you could see like an indentation on the turf and then the white stripe. I was like, holy Christ.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad, man. I don't know. Football's originated on grass, right? And then they went to that carpet turf, which was even worse. But
right.
I don't know.
There were more people getting hurt on that shit than the regular shit.
Yeah.
So
I mean, grass is a little more expensive, but you know it is what it is. You want longevity out of your players, spend the money.
It's $1 billion. It's $1 billion business. Like, invest in your shit. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't. That's not a corner you should cut. All right. Can you break down Jaguar's message for us now?
Next man up mentality. Kamiko at D, Womack at corner. I think, honestly, right now, it looks like Omenihu is going to be opposite of Ebukan, and I think Drake Jackson will be pulled in, and then Teray would be the situational guy. I'm sure Hyder will be sprinkled in there as well. And as far as the nickel corner, it would be Womack with Lenore lining up outside.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
just observations off of tonight.
Lenore's been getting busy. I think he's played himself, or at least practiced himself, into a starting role or a top nickel guy, if that makes any sense. Now, Tony, give me some offensive players of the game. Let's wrap this thing up. I want to be safe here. We'll do a show maybe tomorrow night or something. But I want to be safe. I don't want to put myself or my cousin at risk trying to do a show while driving. So, can you give me some 49ers players of the game for you, based off of what you saw today?
Just from the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, let's start with the offense right now.
I think Jennings had a phenomenal game. He got the ball in his hand. He I like the way he plays, his mentality. He's a fighter. He'll fight for every yard he can get. You know, he's another one like Debo. Something just switches in his head. Once he has that ball in his hand, he just goes.
Good yards after the catch. Got up, after a tackle with a lot of pizzazz, a lot of spunk. It's like letting people know, like, yo, I'm here. You got to deal with me. I like that. I like that mentality. Like, I should put that shit on a shirt, Tony. You got to deal with us. You got to deal with me. And the sooner the Niners adopt that mentality, the more dangerous of a team will be.
Yeah.
So
I think the run game was excellent. The design of the run game, the execution on the interior offensive line. I mean, granted, you're not going to hit every play, but they got a lot of positives in that run game between Coleman, between Jeff Wilson Jr.
I was disappointed about one thing from this offensive line today. And if I gave you 10 guesses, I mean, not 10 offensive line, from the run game. If I gave you 10 guesses, you probably wouldn't figure it out. But I'll tell you what it is. Actually, what? Hold on. My car's yelling at me. Consider taking a break.
So he's gone. He took a break, guys. No, I'm joking. Well, until he comes back, here he is.
Sorry about that, guys. I think I drove through a rough patch here. I'm back and forth between 5G and 4G. But my car is telling me I need to take a break. I don't know why. Anyhow.
You're probably swerving.
Tony, can you hear me?
You sound far as hell. I think it's switched to your car, Yeah, I think you're on your car now.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
There you go. I got you back. All right. Sorry. My daughter is calling me on video and knocking my phone out. So I got to like sign back in, shake shit up, and get it back going the way it's supposed to be. But yeah, so what I was going to say was the one thing I was disappointed about in the run game today, it wasn't Coleman. I love his production. I love what he was able to do coming in off the bench. Looks like he's been here all year. Bro, I don't like that they leapfrog Jordan Mason. Am I alone in that? Like, the Niners did not give a fuck that Jordan Mason was the guy. They were like, nope, sorry. We understand you guys might like Jordan Mason, but we don't care. We're going to go with Tevin Coleman ahead of a guy like Jordan Mason. What were your thoughts when you saw that happen, Tony?
Well, once I saw them sign Coleman, I kind of knew what the 1-2 punch was going to be. I can't see Kyle going with an undrafted free agent over the experience of Coleman and Wilson, unless, God forbid, someone started putting the ball on the ground or there was an injury where he was forced to. But I'm kind of not shocked, and especially how Mac wasn't even active this week. Like, you ask yourself, why are they even holding these guys on their roster? But
Right.
Could it be, this was Anthony Lynn's rotation, but now Bobby Turner's back? Could it be that? I mean, we don't know. But
look at you starting shit.
Well, I mean, I think Mason will be dressed week in and week out because of what he offers in special teams. Watching him, I think he's a great special teams player.
Right.
He's consistently getting downfield. He's pretty sound assignment for an undrafted free agent coming off the street. But they're going to go with what they're comfortable with. That's the way they are. That's the way they've been, and that's the way it's going to be. They're not going to change.
Hold on. My family just keeps calling. I'm gonna have to turn this thing off, man, because they won't stop calling.
I can't hear Tony now. They fucked up my microphone, so
You can hear me?
All right. Oh wait, there you go. Now I hear you. All right, cool.
Yeah, just end it and play it safe.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. My offensive player of the game, I'm actually gonna give it to Jimmy Garoppolo. Believe it or not, I know I sounded like I might have been hating on him, but there was only once, maybe twice this entire game, from my vantage point, where I was like, Jimmy, what are you doing? And to me, that's really good for Jimmy. I don't care about how it looked. I don't care about the stats. I have no idea what the stats are. I don't know what the numbers are. But what I do know is I didn't feel ruffled. I didn't feel like I was uneased about Jimmy being in under center tonight. Whatever he was doing, for right, wrong, indifferent, whatever it is, I felt like we're okay today. We were able to survive this game, and not just survive it. Like you said, Tony, our best offensive production. So my player of the game on the offensive side of the ball is going to be Jimmy Garoppolo. On the defensive side of the ball, I'm going to go with O'Menahue. I have no idea what his total stats were, what his numbers were, but he was very, very effective from what I saw while he was out there. You see an uptick in the game when Bosa's out for the second half. Just not just coming out there and doing his part, but playing a bigger role, playing a little bit harder, playing a little bit faster, maybe a little bit stronger. He just seemed to relish in the opportunity given to him due to someone else's absence. So I'm going to give my defensive player of the game to O'Menahue. Again, without knowing what the stats were, or are. That's just how I saw things playing out. All right. Who's your defensive player of the game, Tony?
Travarius Ward. I mean, that guy was a blessing to be able to get a player like that. He's just his instincts. Right when the ball's about to drop, he just gets his arm in there and separates it. And he was a great addition. He's helping the back end of his defense out. You know.
Are you talking about Travarius Ward?
Yeah.
Bro, in the stadium, fans wanted a pass interference so bad on that pass defense he had in the end zone. It was a touchdown. It was in the receiver's in both of his hands. He just got his hand up there and disrupted that shit. And everybody wanted a flag, and I was like, you all are crazy. Wait till they show the replay on the screen. That was phenomenal defense. Got his hand up there. So go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just couldn't tell.
No, yeah.
I didn't hear you say the name, so I wanted to make sure I knew you were talking about.
He was just he's a great addition to this team. Kudos to the front office for bringing him in. And my little sleeper that I want, Ridgeway. Wow, what a piece in that interior.
Talk your shit, baby.
Line.
Talk your shit, baby. Absolutely. But yeah, listen, guys, we will do a more detailed breakdown, maybe even tomorrow night. I apologize. This will be Overreaction Show Part 1. We will continue the Overreaction tomorrow. Maybe by the time we do a show, I'll be able to look and see what we did. Like, I might be able to find a TV copy somewhere. So, we'll see how it plays out. But, if no one else is available, I'll be on tomorrow. I want to make sure I bring that thing and break it down to you guys. Also, it's not too late for you guys to sign up for our Patreon. I am doing not one, but 2 giveaways. The 49ers won by more than 2 scores today. And that was my word. I said I was going to do at least 1 giveaway, but if we win by 2 scores or more, I would do a second giveaway on our Patreon. So all you have to do is be a member over at patreon.com/NB9ERS. My cousin was supposed to be wearing a Niners jersey if we won by more than 10, but he's knocked out. We took that bet on the air during our final game preview show. All right, so I won the bet. The Niners are out there doing their thing. It's going to be a tough week coming up next. I don't know, honestly, how good our defense is going to be. But when I go home and rewatch the film, I'll definitely have a better idea than what I have right now. That's all we can ask. Tony, any final thoughts, bro?
No, that's all I got. I mean, we'll go into it more detail on another time. But, you're driving. It's not smart to be doing that. So.
Yeah, I am sorry, everybody. I just wanted to make sure we brought you guys the show. I didn't want to leave the faithful hanging. I know we were lacking on Patreon this week. It was a really, really busy week for me. And so you guys didn't get all the shows you deserve, hence the giveaways that we're going to be doing on Patreon. Just to let you guys know that I do appreciate you, even though I wasn't able to do shows all of last week. So we're coming back stronger and better than ever. Make sure you guys are there. We'll even do a couple of live ones on the Patreon, okay? So thank you guys very much. I appreciate you, Tony. Let's go home, man. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always
remain faithful.
We're out of here, guys. Breezy, take us home, bro.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but we them nothing but Niners.